It's time to stop.
One last question.
Fadal. You made it in?
Assalamu alaikum Mufti. Initials AR from Tottenham, London, UK. Is it correct to call Islam, Christianity, and Judaism Abrahamic faith?
So here, question from Tottenham, UK. Is it permissible to call Islam, Judaism, Christianity Abrahamic faiths? We say, what do you mean by the term of the word Abrahamic faiths? Do you mean that Christianity was the way of Ibrahim? I don't think there's any Muslim who would ever say that, let alone a talib al-ilm. Do you mean that Judaism is the way of Ibrahim? I don't think there's any Muslim, let alone talib al-ilm, who would say that. Do you mean that Islam, Christianity, and Judaism are all the same? I don't think any Muslim, any non-Muslim would say that in their right mind. Or do you mean all three of these religions tantasibu ila Ibrahim wa ila ilah Ibrahim? All three religions attribute themselves and their followers to Abraham, the father of monotheism. So the core principle of Islam is monotheism. The core principle of Judaism is supposed to be monotheism, as well as Christianity, regardless of the concept of the Trinity. But they're supposed to believe in one God, in opposition to Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, this ism, paganism, these types of gods and goddesses, so on and so forth. Everyone understand this? So what do you mean by Abrahamic faiths? That they're all correct? Millat Ibrahim Hanifa, وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. Inna Ibrahim, Allah says he wasn't a Jew or a Christian, but he was a Muslim. He was Hanif, Hanifan Muslima. No one says that. But if you mean Abrahamic faiths, meaning you're talking to a Christian who accepts monotheism, and you wish to establish a general meeting place with that Christian, قُلْ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ تَعَالَوْا إِلَى كَلِمَةٍ سَوَاءٍ بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكُمْ أَلَّا نَعْبُدَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. That's what the Quran says. So I don't want to jump the gun or whatever the case may be. But if you're trying to deceive people and trick people, saying that someone's in Hyde Park saying that all three religions, Judaism and Christianity and Islam, are the same, then may Allah destroy you and may Allah curse you because you're a liar. And no one ever said that, and no one ever meant that. And that's total nonsense. Who in their right mind would say that? Abrahamic faiths, that they're all the same. Or do you mean that they all attribute themselves to what? Abraham. Now let's stop now. Just to make a point, to show you the ignorance of these people and the evil of these people. Just make an experiment, all right? Let's Google it. Let's Google the word what? Abrahamic, right, faiths. Let's see what we get, all right? Abrahamic religions or faiths. Which one? Religions or faiths? Faiths. Okay. Let's see what we get. Let's see what Google tells us, to show you the stupidity and the evil of these people. What are the Abrahamic religions? What do three Abrahamic faiths have in common? What are the three Abrahamic religions? What are the four major monotheistic religions? Then we have Wikipedia, Abrahamic religions. Tayyib. It says the Abrahamic religions, also referred to collectively as Abrahamism, are a group of Semitic-orientated religious communities of faith that claim descent from the Judaism of the ancient Israelites, etc. So we have all these different results on what is considered to be a what? Abrahamic faith. All right? And the interesting thing is, we have no results for Abrahamic faiths. I typed in Abrahamic faiths and guess what popped up? Abrahamic what? Religions. All right? So let's see what the scholars of religion say about this. Not the Muslims, but let's see what do the scholars say. All right? So it says here, in these four Abrahamic religions, not even three, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Baha'i faith, the individual God and the universe, etc. All right? What are the three Abrahamic religions? Three of the world's major religions, the monotheistic traditions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, were all born in the Middle East and are all inextricably linked to one another. Christianity was born from within the Jewish tradition, and Islam developed, etc. So we see here, according to these people, that the word itself does not mean that Islam, Judaism, and Christianity are all the what? Same. Who said that? Did anyone say that so far? But they do have things in common, and that is supposed to be, number one, they are attributed to Abraham. Number two, there's supposed to be religions and faiths based off of what? Monotheism. Everyone understand this? So obviously everyone in the park pretty much understood that. Okay? As far as, yeah, I don't even want to go any further right now, and Allah knows best. What's important is that the last thing I'm going to say before we stop, before Salat al-Isha, is that it matters not what I said in Hyde Park. Whether I said Abrahamic faiths, Abrahamic religions, Tawheed, no matter what I would do, if you are not in their group, إِذَا لَمْ تَكُنْ فِي زَمْرَتِهِمْ هُمْ, then there is no hasana that you can do. And if you are in their group, then there is la dhanba, there's no sin that you have. That is the bottom line with those brothers, all right? And for FYI, since the question came up, and let the message be known for everyone, whether it be Abu Iyad or Shamsi or Anwar Wrong or whoever else it is, let's get it straight right now. First and foremost is, and Allah is my witness, I had no intention of going to Hyde Park to debate Shamsi. Once more, I had no intention, and it's not about making people famous, or they say, why are you mentioning their names? Because the truth, the question came, all right? Once more, I had no intention to go and debate you, Shamsi. No intention. Those in my entourage, they knew this. There were brothers who says, Mufti, go to Hyde Park and debate with them. You should go get him. This is what they were saying. Go get him, Sheikh. Go destroy him. Go refute him. What did I say, Abu Saeed? I said what? I said no. I'm not going there for him. I'm not going in to argue and debate with him. Are you scared of him, Mufti? Oh, no, you should get him. You should make... I said, no, I'm not going to debate with him. Certain people from our entourage, they took it upon themselves to go and approach Brother Shamsi.
Show me where the war stopped in this book. The murder doesn't stop. The murder doesn't stop. Where Jesus came and said, no eye for an eye, no tooth for a tooth. Muhammad is a murderer. He's a warlord. I want you to show me where the murders in this book stop. Where does Allah say don't do that anymore?
What he will do when
Show
he
me.
come back.
Show me.
What he will do when
Show
he
me.
come back.
Show me.
What he will do
You
when
can't
he come
answer. Show me.
Huh? And say, won't you give salams to Mufti? Was I there? Do you see me in the video, Abdul Raqib? I didn't tell him to go and approach him. I didn't go and try to give Shamsi the salams. I have no personal relationship with him. I never knew him. I have no wish to know him. And I have no personal beef with him. Religious issues, who's with? We're not getting into that. I have no personal connection to this man called what? Shamsi. I did not approach him, and I had no desire to give him the salams. All right? What he said when he was requested to give the salams, I'm not giving him salams until he makes tawbah. We sit with the scholars and not the children. That's fine. It has nothing to do with me. I was standing in the park. I saw the crowd coming, and I'm going to say the truth, and Allah is our witness. He looked my way. He immediately locked his eyes, and he turned away. And I never saw a person's face as pale and terrified and petrified than Shamsi's face that day. He looked like he saw a ghost, literally. And as Ali Dawah said, he made an extremely what? Sharp left turn. And those in the park, they witnessed that. So that's first and foremost. For Shamsi or for anyone else. I had nothing to do with him. I did not want to debate with him. If he wanted to debate with me or whatever, I'm not going to run from it. But Allah knows I didn't go to Hyde Park just for him. And the brothers who went up to him and approached him, I told them not to do that. Everyone understand this? That's first and foremost. So let that be known. Was he afraid? Was he terrified? Allahu Alam. I don't know what's in his heart. What did his face look like? We saw that. He was walking to the center of the park and he mysteriously made a sharp left turn out in the middle of nowhere. That's between him and his Lord. I have nothing to do with it, and it doesn't concern me. All right? As far as Anwar Wrong, what I like to call him, then you have some nerve opening up your mouth. Over 6 years ago, I requested you and I challenged you to answer my questions, to bring your proofs and evidences for your accusations that you made against me. 6 years went by and you haven't done not one of them. You've done nothing but continue to run your mouth, be a blind follower, a tag along, and a groupie of the people that you follow and you're tag along of. So don't say nothing to me, Anwar, until you respond to me what I asked you. You went back to Sheikh Ahmed Bazmoul. You made a translation of his stuff. You cut and paste his kalam. Where's Sheikh Ahmed Bazmoul now? Is he even still Salafi? Is he Sa'afiqa? Where is he? They don't even call for him no more. But you didn't do what I asked you to do. to prove and to explain what I asked you to prove and explain. So you should keep your mouth shut. And you should not talk unless you want us to come at you again, because you didn't respond. And that was a good 6 years ago. You said nothing. And I did a 3-part detailed video on you, and you said nothing in response. So I think you should keep your mouth shut, Anwar. That's first and foremost. As far as Abu Iyad, then, I mean, I'm not even going to say anything about you. Just tell me where you studied at. What knowledge do you have? Where did you learn at? Who made you a master of comparative religion? Who made you an expert of Jarh wa Ta'dil? Who gave you the ability to write, criticize, and refute? Where do you even study at? What do you know? Who are you? Everyone understand this? Let alone the fact that the hypocrisy of the people, if you read the comment sections, are utterly appalling. They say that, Brother Shamsi, he's out there in the park defending the Quran and the Sunnah and so on and so forth. He doesn't have to give salams to this person. All of the innovators out there, etc. So what's the ruling on being in the park with all of those innovators and Jews and Christians and Hebrew Israelites? What's the ruling on that, Khalid? I'm not going to give salams to Mufti. He acknowledged who I was, but I'm going to talk. Go on this channel, on this page, see how many people he's arguing with and debating with. Is he shaking anyone's hands? Is he smiling at any of them, Abu Saeed? Do they refute him? And where did he study at?
So myself, I would recommend my brothers and sisters to listen to those brothers who I learned from and I studied from. As I have mentioned, I was a Sufi before. Wallahi, when you listen to them, even many people lie about them, make up stories about them. But when you listen to them, you come to know these brothers, people of ilm, people of knowledge, the likes of Abu Iyad. And these brothers, they have a leaflet, they made a leaflet, nice leaflet. Abu Iyad, likewise, Abu Iyad Amjad Rafiq, Uwais Tawil, the brother Abu Khadija Abdul Wahid, the brothers in America, Musa Richardson, what's his name, the other brother, Hassan al-Somali. These brothers, I will recommend the people to go and listen to them.
This channel, on this page, see how many people he's arguing with and debating with. Is he shaking anyone's hands? Is he smiling at any of them, Abu Saeed? Do they refute him? And where did he study at? So, yani, the hypocrisy of these people, and they're not double standards, but they're triple standards, is utterly appalling. And last but not least, the last thing I'm going to say is, just like in November, we were in the UK for 6 days, for 7 days. How much did we hear from them, Abu Saeed? Not a word. As soon as we left the country, they start talking just like they did last time. What was it? Abdullah Lahmani. He started talking about me in the video. I was in the UK. Why didn't you come and say something to me? Everyone understand this? All my classes in New York City, all my classes in Philadelphia are public and they're live. I did not step to Shamsi. I had no intention to step into Shamsi. Everyone understand this? If I wanted to step to somebody in America or the United Kingdom, I would have what? I would have done that. Everyone understand this? So this is a message, all right? Specifically talking to you, Anwar. Okay? And I saw you at my nephew's funeral. You walked right past me. You said nothing to me. Just like I saw Hassan Somali at the funeral, and he couldn't even look my way. He didn't even look my direction, let alone look me in the face. Everyone understand this? So if you're talking about stepping to someone, no one is trying to what? Step to anybody. And if I wanted to step somebody, what would stop me? Everyone understand this? You can catch me in Philadelphia with how many people? How many people go to Philadelphia, Abdul Rakib? What entourage do I have with me? Tell me. How many people have with me, Khalid? You can catch me in Philadelphia what? By myself. My classes are public or private. Live stream, you know where I'm going to be at if you wanted to step to me and talk to me, refute me, or anything else. Everyone understand this? So, yani, let these words of advice be a reminder for each and every one of you, for the internet gangsters, the thumb thugs, the keyboard warriors, It's easier to talk tough and to talk about people, but when you're refuted and criticized and asked to bring the proof and the evidence and have a scholastic debate, we don't hear from you. So Hassan Somali, Anwar right, or wrong, Shamsi, anyone, whoever it is, I don't bother any of you. I don't talk about any of you. I don't criticize any of you. I don't refute any of you. And if I wanted to, I could. But if you want to talk tough and refute someone and talk to someone, then something that we've been wanting to say for all of these years, let's make a public debate. And let's settle the score. Let's see who's who and who knows what. If you're strong in your knowledge and you're confident about your position and the ulama are behind you, then let's have a public debate. You pick the time, you pick the place, we have a public debate. Let's have a public debate, inshallah. And let's bring our proofs, our evidences, the statements of the ulama, and let's see who's who and what's what. Everyone understand this? But with conditions. And the first condition is that no taqleed allowed. Condition number 2, we're going to quote from the Salaf and the earlier ulama. We're not going to quote from somebody living today that can become Sa'afiqah tomorrow. Look what they did to Sheikh Muhammad ibn Hadi. For years, they used Sheikh Muhammad ibn Hadi against everyone. And look what they did to him now. Total disrespect. Threw him out off the edge. No respect. Sheikh Yahya al-Hajuri. The match. Now look. So we're not quoting from any scholar who's living that can turn into a Mubtadi or a Hizbi or a Sa'afiqah or Musafiqah tomorrow. Everyone understand this? So if they can agree to the terms, number 1, it'll be public. The debate is not to be edited, cut. Everything is going to be transparent. 3, no taqleed allowed. 4, don't change the subject. If I'm talking to Musa Richardson, why is Abu Iyad refuting me? If I refute Anwar, why is Abu Iyad responding for Anwar? If I'm in the park with Shamsi, why is Abu Iyad writing about it? No, it's going to be an individual debate. Man versus man, person versus person. It's not going to be come to the rescue when Fulan gets ran over by a bus. La 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 la. We're not accepting that. So this is a message. Anyone who has a problem with me and what I say, and I'm this and I'm that, that's fine. But let's do it publicly. Let's set it like Muslim men in public. And if you have nothing to be afraid of or nothing to fear, what's the problem? Bismillah. I'm willing. You know where I'm at. You know what matches I teach in Philadelphia. You know where to find me. You know my number. You know my email address. You're on my channel, obviously watching my videos. I'm giving you a personal invitation to have a public debate. If you're knowledgeable and we're ignorant, you're upon the sunnah, we're upon bid'ah, you're guided and we're misguided,